Greetings and welcome to the Introduction to Astronomy. In this week's Misconception in Astronomy, we are going to talk about the Great Wall of China and find out if you can actually see that from our moon. So, let's get started here. And can you see the Great Wall of China from the moon? And the answer is a resounding no. It is absolutely impossible to see the Great Wall of China from the moon directly. Why? Well, the big thing is that it's far too narrow. So while the length may be technically visible from the moon, it is far too thin and would be completely invisible from the moon. One other reason is that it also does not stand out against the background. There's not a big contrast between it and the background land. So that doesn't really help it either. And in fact, you cannot see it directly, even from low Earth orbits such as the International Space Station. In order to actually pick it up, you need high-resolution images to be able to see that. Now let's take a look at some of that here. And here we can see the Great Wall of China. And can you pick it out in the image on the left? So we'll take a look at the image there. Can you see the Great Wall of China there? If you're looking at the thing going from upper left to lower right, that's actually a river. That's not the Great Wall of China. But if you want to see where it is, look off to the image on the left, and you can see, yeah, there it is marked in red. And then you can go back and look at the other image and try to pick it out. So it's there, but that takes a really high resolution image, and that's from low Earth orbit. That's not from the moon. So if you imagine going many times further away to the moon, it would be completely invisible. So again, our reasoning. Why is it not visible? Yeah, it's very long, but it is extremely narrow, maybe about 10 meters wide. And that's, again, if you want to compare this, let's make a comparison that seeing that from the moon would be like looking at something the width of a human hair from a distance of several kilometers. Nothing you would ever be able to see. And for the same reason, you're never going to be able to see the Great Wall of China from the moon. Again, as I mentioned previously, little contrast that makes it stand out. Now, what can you see from space? Well, from the space station, you can see very large objects, things like cities, or even a large mine, as shown here in the next image. And this is a large mine out in Utah, and that is actually visible. That can be seen from space, from the International Space Station. But when we get farther away from the Earth going out toward the moon, then no, you cannot see it. And in fact, no human-made structures can be seen from our moon, and that includes the very long Great Wall of China. So let's go ahead and finish up with our summary. And what we've looked at here today is the Great Wall of China. And our finding is that no, it cannot be seen from the moon at all. It can be imaged with difficulty from low Earth orbit, so the International Space Station. But there is no human-made structure that can be seen from the moon. So that concludes this week's Misconception in Astronomy on the Great Wall of China being visible from our moon. We'll be back again next week for another Misconception in Astronomy. So until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.